Nolan, good to see you. We're starting with a question. What's changing for retirement in 2024? Inflation and the continued phase-in of the Secure Act mean changes for savers and retirees. We're going to break down those changes and any planning opportunities. First, higher inflation means higher tax brackets. So this is a unique opportunity to avoid some capital gains tax.
Yeah, a lot of times when higher tax brackets are introduced, you have a little bit more flexibility with selling some assets. Think like second properties or like stock investments that you own directly, not in IRAs. So you can take advantage of higher tax brackets and higher capital gains brackets as they increase. Most times things like that need to be done by calendar year end, but there are some catch up things that we'll discuss too that you can do with IRAs and other things like that through the beginning of this year.
Second, there are going to be no required minimum distributions for those Roth 401ks.
Yeah, and that's probably some legislation and expansion of some rules that are kind of catching up. I don't know, in a lot of people's opinions, there never should have been RMDs for Roths in the first place. They're non-taxable accounts, and there never should have been any timeline on distribution. But now we're starting to see some regulation come through and affect 401ks, and then subsequently that should affect IRAs and the way that people inherit Roth IRAs as well.
Third, we're going to be able to save more for retirement. These are just tiny little bumps, but always good to save a little bit more.
Yeah, and the higher contribution limits for retirement accounts, most times what you want to look at is your 401k and your IRA numbers, and you can see how those have increased there. Your 401k, you can do up to 23,000 in 2024, and then your IRA, you can do another 500 in addition to the 6,500 that you could do before. And then there are some additional things coming down the road that they've recently passed with the Secure Act 2.0 that will stack on top of this. For those that are age 60 and above, 60 to 65 really is the target audience here. They're trying to increase the amount that that age group can contribute to these retirement accounts as well. So we'll stay on top of it and continue to educate everybody, but it's good that you're able to put a little bit more into these types of accounts.
Yeah, that is great news. All right, change number 4, higher limits for those qualified charitable distributions.
Yeah, and a reminder for everybody, a qualified charitable distribution usually is when people will donate their required minimum distribution, like they reach age 70 and a half, and the government mandates that you have to take money out of your IRA accounts. Well, that's called a qualified charitable distribution, and you can do more than what your required minimum distribution is. I think that the new limit's up to $100,000 of adjusted gross income. It can be a little bit higher than that, but these were some increases that they introduced back during COVID and during some of the expansions with retirement accounts that they're trying to make a little bit more permanent. So this is also a good thing. If you do donate to charities or do charitable distributions from your IRAs, they're expanding those rules and trying to make those things a little more permanent.
I like that strategy. It's a win-win for everybody. And last, 2024, it means a higher estate tax and gift tax for wealthy clients. This is a unique opportunity before the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act sunsets.
Yeah, and the estate tax rate, well, last year was a little over 11 million, and now it's closer to 13 million. And gift tax thresholds have increased slightly as well. So the amount that you can gift to somebody without it going against your estate tax limit is going up as well. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which you refer to, Erin, sunsets next year in 2025. So that's really the time that a lot of these tax rules and regulations that have been expanded over the past almost 10 years. It's been about 8 years now. It's when a lot of them are going to go away unless more legislation is passed like they're trying to pass right now with the Secure Act 2.0. So hopefully these are things and changes that benefit everybody, the increased limits, the catch-ups, all of those different things. But of course, when everything sunsets in 2025, there may be some things that are left off the table as well. So we'll continue to stay on top of it and just let everybody know when changes are made.
Right. Definitely worth having a conversation now, though, before those changes go into effect. So, Nolan, if somebody wants to chat with you about these changes that are coming up, what's the best way to reach you?
Sure. So cornerstone-rp.com is our website. There's a contact us box at the bottom of the homepage, or the office number is 616-301-2581. And you can call us anytime Monday through Friday. Thank you.
Great. Nolan, thank you.